Today, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step guide on how you can start making money online with appointment setting. What it is, to how it works, to how you can get started and actually get your first clients and earn your first commission. So if you don't hate money and you're looking to learn a new skill, make sure that you stick around to the end of this video, because if you miss any of the steps I'm about to tell you, you're probably going to mess this up. As you may already know, sales has changed my life. I went from not having a clue what I wanted to actually do in life and slaving away at my 9-to-5 job in retail to making 10 to 12K a month for a year straight. I fired my boss, I quit my job, I got my freedom back, and I was well on my pace to hitting my first six-figure year. It didn't start there though. I knew that I had to make money online to actually truly get the life that I wanted. So naturally, the first thing that I tried was a marketing agency, but very quickly I soon realized that the number one skill that I lacked was being able to sell the stuff that I provide to business owners, which I was really bad at. I literally couldn't sell anybody to save my life. I was super nervous on the phone, I didn't know what process to go through, and I was completely helpless. Plus, that's not even including all the skills that you need to make a business like that successful, like marketing, like team, like operations, like everything else. I had zero clue what I was doing as a 16, 17-year-old kid. I slowly but surely started to understand, no matter what vehicle that you're in, whatever way that you want to make money online, you have to be selling something, whether that be through a sales call or via marketing. So what I did then naturally was then go and try and find the best guy who has a marketing agency that can teach me sales. That guy at the time was Sabri Subi, and I purchased a course called Persuasion Mastery for like $997. This was the biggest purchase that I'd made online at the time, and the course was good. It helped me learn some of the fundamentals and the basics of sales, but by just learning this skill and getting really good at it, I was able to work wherever I wanted, get my freedom back, get my time back, and have the ability to scale my income. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this situation, is sales similar to the situation of what you've seen in the movie Wolf of Wall Street? Definitely not, and it's far from it. You're not going to be pushing or pressuring people into anything. You're not going to be door knocking. You're not going to be cold calling. For the vast majority of it, you're actually going to be speaking to people who are actually interested in what you are selling. The industry I'm talking about is high ticket sales, and all this is a specific corner of the market to do with the sales industry in the information and education space. The e-learning industry, which is the industry that I'm talking about, is projected to be valued at over $840 billion by 2030. So think of guys that you may very well know of: Tony Robbins, Gregor Gallagher, Iman Gadzhi, Ty Lopez. All of the guys I just named have high ticket offers, which simply means that they charge anywhere from $3,000 all the way up to $100,000. Now, these high ticket offers help change or improve certain areas of someone's life, whether or not it's to do with relationships, wealth, or health. But obviously these people are busy business owners. They don't have time to set and take sales calls for the business for all the people that are interested to buy what they offer. So naturally, this is where salespeople come in, setters and closers. An appointment setter creates opportunities for the closer's calendar, and the closer closes. The closer that you're working with can close the deals for you, and bing bang bosh, you get paid a very nice little commission for doing that. And all you have to do is just book an appointment on a salesperson's calendar. So let's say that someone wanted to start prioritizing their health. Maybe they got a little bit overweight, maybe looking to get healthy again, maybe looking to get their energy back. These are the problems that most people deal with in the health sector. But given the nature that they've become overweight on their own, they may not know how to lose that weight on their own. So they may need some guidance around nutrition, what to eat, how often to eat, how often to train, what quality of training, what specifically to train. You guys get the gist. Now, this said person can be out there looking for a solution, and that's where our business comes in. They might be offering a freebie like the 7 health tips to lose the gut in 60 to 90 days, whatever it might be. And for that freebie, that person is going to put their information down. It could be their first name, it could be their email, and it could be a phone number. So all you have to do is call people up who already know what the company is, what they do, what they're about, and they're actively out there looking for a solution. And all you need to do is create an opportunity from that, book it on the closer's calendar, and they close the deals for you. Basically, all that you're doing is you're picking someone from a crowd of people who've raised their hand and said, I need help, I have a problem, I want to lose this weight, and then booking them in with somebody to further explore their problems and to see if we have a solution for that. You don't have to show your face if you want to. You can call from anywhere at any time, doing anything. So yeah, it's actually that simple. All you're simply doing is having a conversation with somebody who wants what you want to buy, and you want to see if they're a fit or they're qualified to work with the company. If you actually put in the work and you do this often and consistently, you can be well on your way to making anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000 a month. And literally all that you're doing is sending a few DMs per day, taking a few inbound booked 10 to 15 minute calls per day, or doing a couple hundred outbound dials a day. And you're probably wondering, how much can you actually earn with this? Well, as I just mentioned, anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000 a month is what I've typically seen with this. On average, depending on the capacity of setting that you are doing and the company that you're working with, we typically see 5 and 10% on average commission that you get for a deal that closed that you set. For example, if you work for an offer or you sell something that costs $5,000, if you book in, let's say 5 sales calls a day and 2 of them close at a 5% commission average, you're earning $250 per close. So if you end up getting 2 calls closed, that's you making $500 in a day. So this absolutely means it leaves potential for you to make anywhere between $250 a day all the way up to $1,000 a day. All your job literally is to book calls and qualify leads. You don't need a background in it. You don't need any experience. You don't need a degree. You don't need to go to university. You don't need any of that. So now I'm going to give you the step-by-step process on how you can actually get started doing this thing. Step 1 is actually going to be finding a client. How do you network and connect with individuals that can connect you to companies and give you referrals to the jobs that you want? Step number 2 is the company actually going to be right for you? Can you make the money that you want on the account or the business? And are you going to be able to get to where you want to go? And of course, step 3 is actually setting and doing the skill itself and working the job itself so you can actually make money. Now, there's plenty of videos on the channel that cover the whole process and idea of actually getting your first client. So not going to be going too depth on that today. If you want a good breakdown explanation of how to get clients in depth, I'm going to pop a video for you down in the description. However, at a super high level, all that you're doing is connecting with sales reps and individuals in the industry. And from those connections, from those relationships, you'll tend to get referrals. And this is the new way of getting jobs in the high ticket sales space moving forwards. Outreaching to hundreds and thousands of business owners, praying and hoping that they're going to hire you with a message, do you have any openings on your team, is simply not going to cut it. Now, I don't care who's told you, just send hundreds or thousands of outbound messages and eventually you get a job, and that volume negates luck. Believe me, I've tried, and all that you'll end up doing is wasting your time, get left on red, get scammed, find bad opportunities, and the general across the board get told to off. But let's talk about how you can absolutely make sure that the offer that you're working is going to be good. First thing you want to be looking at is their marketing, the quality, the quantity, and the diversification. How good is the marketing? Is it quality? Is the brand good? Is the brand trusted, right? Do they want to talk to you? Do they know why they're actually on the call? Next up, quantity. Right? How much of the marketing are they actually doing in the first place? How many leads are you getting? What is the volume? How much money are they spending on advertising? And then lastly, the diversification is how many channels are they marketing on? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. How many different ways do they have to hedge against when their ad account gets banned? Because this typically happens and then the account dies. What type of plans do they have in place to ensure that they are going to serve the sales team with leads and opportunity? Next up is going to be their client results. How well do they help their clients? Do they get them results? Do they actually help them and provide the result that they guarantee and promise in their marketing? And then finally, some bonus points is, do they have a good brand? If they have a good brand, if they have lots of followers, if they're reputable, if a lot of people know them, then it's obviously going to help the sales process and it's going to help you make more money. AKA, long story short, with all those points included, can we make the money that we want to make with this offer, with this business, and with this opportunity? So now you know roughly what you're looking for with these types of companies. Let's actually learn how to set. So there's typically 3 positions in appointment setting: DM setting, triaging, and phone setting. All DM setting is if you think about your favorite influencer or guy or gal on Instagram who has a big following, typically it's not them that's going to be responding to their DMs, it's going to be someone on their team on their behalf. And that can be you. You can reach out to people, or you can answer and respond to inquiries to go ahead and book opportunities on the salesperson's calendar. All triaging is in regards to appointment setting is taking inbound booked 10 to 15 minute calls to qualify if the prospect or the potential customer is a fit for what it is that you're offering and other potential qualifications that might be required of you from the business. And all phone setting is outbound, so calling people who don't know that they're being called, but they've opted into the client's ecosystem and they've already raised their hand and said, hey, I have a problem. They just don't know or aware of the solution. Today, we're going to showcase triaging just for its simplicity. As I just mentioned earlier, the outcomes of a triage appointment setter is to find out simply if what you offer is a fit and potential qualifications like finance, time, and partner for the salesperson. How it typically works is you will have 10 to 15 minute calls booked on your calendar inbound that you talk to every single day And as I just mentioned, you just set appointments from them. The way that you can break up a triage call is really simple, down into 4 phases. Number 1 is the intro phase, number 2 is the discovery, number 3 is the qualifications, and number 4 is booking the call and the tie down. So the intro can go a little bit like this. Hey John, this is just Connor with XYZ Company. I saw that you booked a quick chat with me about possibly getting some help with your fitness. Do you still have that time available? Cool. So I guess I was curious, what was it about the ad that attracted your attention to book the call today? That's the intro phase. Super simple. So just finding out why the person has booked the call in the first place and getting a small initial goal. The next phase is the discovery phase. This is where we probe and clarify and understand the pain or the problem that the prospect is dealing with to see if we can solve it. So you can ask questions like, so what's the goal with losing the weight? What do you want to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months? In terms of X weight goal, where are you right now? How long have you been there for? I'm curious, has anything shifted recently, or what's made this more of a priority? And then you've got qualifiers, which, as we mentioned before, time, partner, and finance. Do they have the funds? Do they have the time? Or do they need a significant other on the sales call to make the decision? And then the final phase is going ahead and actually booking the sales call. So what you're going to say is going to go a little bit like this. Okay, so from here, what the next step would be, if you feel it's appropriate, would be to book in a second call with our founder and head coach, James, so you can have a better idea of what we do for our clients and to see if what we do would actually work for you. Our call will be about 30 minutes long and will be over Zoom. Would that next conversation make sense? So yeah, that's exactly how you can conduct a triage call. So now you know exactly what appointment setting is, how to do the skill, how to find clients, and what your day can typically look like. This is easily, in my opinion, one of the most straightforward and simple ways and skills you can learn to make not only your first dollars online, but to actually make a sustainable career out of it. You can literally start doing this from anywhere. Learning this skill gave me the ability to quit my job, have the freedom that I want, have the autonomy that I wanted, and actually get my life back. When you combine the skill of being able to generate sales opportunities and actually close them, you literally become unstoppable. So get out there and start connecting with sales reps and people, and start networking, start making connections, and get your first gig ASAP. Appointment setting and the skill of sales itself has literally allowed me to create the opportunity to live the life that I want, quit my job from working in retail, get my freedom back, and make as much money as I want whenever I want. It took a while and a lot of effort, but we still got there. Sales has changed my life, and I'm hoping it can change yours too. Now, like I mentioned, this wasn't easy. This took a lot of time, this took a lot of effort, and it did not happen overnight. But if you're somebody who's willing to work hard enough and you really want this, you really want to make this work, you can start taking the steps to live the life that you actually want, create the reality that you're actually looking for. The exact reality that you see these guys living on Instagram, traveling the world, doing all these things, going to Thailand. You can achieve all these things if you work hard enough. But understand, you're still going to have to take that step. You're still going to have to take that risk. You may even go a couple months, maybe even 6 months, not even knowing if this is going to work. But it's the action that matters. It's the step that you take forward that counts. And if you're really serious about changing your situation and getting to where you want to go, I have a link down in the description where you can book a call to speak to me and my team. And we literally help people every single day, week, and month get into this industry and shortcut all the fallbacks, trials and tribulations and problems that I went through, so you don't have to do the same. This way you can get there a lot faster, train with the right people, get the right information, get the right education, get the right strategy, get access to a community of people that are doing what you are doing or on the way to achieving it, or have already achieved what you exactly want. All this has been designed so that you can be well on your way to making your first 10K month within the next 6 months to a year. So again, if you're looking for that extra little bit of support, there's a link down below in the description. Put in your details in the form and you will speak to me and my team to see if you might be a fit for my RSA mastermind. So if you enjoyed today's video and you got a lesson, you got an insight, you got a learning, make sure that you smash the like button, make sure that you subscribe and stick around, because we're going to be posting a ton more content just like this in the future. And I genuinely do mean this. This skill changed my life, so I hope that it can change yours.